Hi guys, and welcome to www.fastermule.com. This is just a short video for you guys who are starting out in sit and goes and haven't been, can't afford training site memberships and the various software tools like Sit and Go Wizard, which you'd use to analyze your game. But you understand that there is this thing called independent chip model, and you want to be able to do the analysis without spending a ton of money. Well, I'm going to show you how you can just analyze your game for free using some of the free software that's available, um, and hopefully help some of you guys out until you can afford some of the more expensive tools. So a lot of you guys are starting out in sit and goes, and you've obviously heard of Sit and Go Wizard, which is a great software tool. It gives you graphical representations of the hands. You can play with the ranges really easily and everything. But it costs money. Now there's this program called Sit and Go Endgame Tools. If you just put that in Google, it's the first result, their site. They give the software away for free now. Just to make a note though, all independent chip model calculators on PokerStars anyway, and you'll have to check the rules for whatever site you play on, can't be used during play. So you need to make sure the client's closed and you're using them for reviewing your sessions afterwards, because otherwise you'll be cheating, obviously. This is just situation here just to show you how it works. We're on the bubble of a regular sit and go on full tilt. The blinds are 150, 300. And it folds around to us and the small blind. So we've got click small blind here. It's even stacks, and the blinds are 150, 300. It pre-fills those in for you. You can select, whatever blind level you want. And you put the opponent on a calling range. Now, if the guy is really tight, so like a lot of fish were in sit and goes not too long ago, and on the bubble, he can't really call too loose anyway because he doesn't want to bust while everyone's got even stacks. You can shove on him, any two cards if he's going to call tight. Now, if he's going to call, when he's got any pocket pair and, any reasonable Broadway type hand, so 23%, even if we reduce the edge to where, we only have a tiny edge, because it's the bubble and he's calling so often and the stacks are even, we need quite a reasonable hand to shove. And this is the analysis you can do for yourself. You get an idea for what people are calling with. Now, I'm not a regular sit and go player, so I'm not going to, pump off the chart here and everything. There are charts you can find on the internet that tell you what calling ranges they expect at typical buy-ins, from the fish. And Sit and Go Wizard has its own default range, which I think costs people more money than it saves them because it's pretty far off what a lot of experienced guys are using. So the best thing to do is just to have an understanding of when you've got a really tight guy and when you've got a fish, and when you've got a regular who knows you're shoving on him really wide, and you can understand what sort of range you could plug in. And if you want to look at a call, so say you're in the big blind and the small blind is pushing on you, and he's like he's one of these guys who's really aggressive, and it's going to fold to him in the small blind, and he's going to pretty much shove everything. What can you call with? And you can see, because it's the bubble, even if we know the guy's pretty crazy, and it's going to shove 60% of the time, maybe 70, 80% of the time. I mean, who knows? Some people will shove any two cards, obviously. Even when we increase it another 20% to 80, you can see we can only profitably call with this kind of a range. And a lot of people will call too light here, but you are on the bubble with even stacks. You can easily steal from the guy who's in the cutoff next hand when it folds around to you in the small blind, or when you've got your button, you can make your shove. That's a much easier way of getting chips than taking a very marginal situation here. Now, the reason we can't call as light as we'd think, because, pocket fives is probably ahead of his range. Call here with pocket fives would probably be like 54% or something. I'm just going to, pause the video and show you what our equity would be. Okay, guys, well, I've brought in another free program. It's called Poker Stove. Again, if you just hit that up in Google, it will be the first result you get. It's another free program, so you guys don't have to spend any money, which is the point of this video, just to help you do some analysis without spending any money. And we can just put in 60%, well, let's put in the 80%, because that's what we're looking at. So like I said, we're just over 55. We're almost 57%. So a lot of people would think, well, we're ahead of his range there, so we can call profitably. Well, it's not how it works in sit and goes. On the bubble, the independent chip model, which is what this the tool Sit and Go Endgame Tools is showing you, applies. And basically what that means is that the value of the extra chips you gain here by getting it in ahead slightly isn't worth that much because the cost of bubbling is so great. I mean, at this point, when you're on the bubble, you've all got a quarter of the prize pool. But when it gets down to one person busting, you only gain about 15% or so, according to ICM, the prize pool, but you're risking 25% of the prize pool to do it. So having a very small edge doesn't gain you as much, and that's the basics of why, although fives is ahead of their range, you need sevens to make the call here, and that's just because you're risking too much to gain too little if you make the call with fives, whereas obviously pocket sevens is going to be significantly more ahead of his range, 63%, and that's why you can make the call. But you can see how much ahead of his range you need to be to make a call in an even stacks on the bubble situation, even if the guy's shoving very wide. But you can also see that if we make you desperate on the bubble, and we add your, we'll make it just for simplicity, and we'll add your 2,000 chips to some other guy. You can see then that because we're desperate on the bubble, we don't have much of the tournament prize equity anymore. We can call very wide then. And these are just concepts that they are intuitive. You can work these things out yourself without a calculator, but this just lets you hone your ranges down. When you start to get an idea of what people are playing with and what they're doing, you can really lock it down and start to get very accurate here. And I spent a lot of time doing this when I was playing the double or nothings, because you basically just fold for a bit, get to the bubble, and then you're into the push fold game pretty hard. For those of you guys who want to learn more, we've got a great high definition quality outrageous juice sit and go video on www.fastermule.com. We've got the forums, we've got a community helping you guys get started in poker for free, top VIP deals, including the best VIP deal on iPoker that's with a reputable, well-known site. And also we've got our first members tournament, which is going to have free money added, and Americans are welcome to play in that one. That one's on another one of our top VIP sites. So head over to www.fastermule.com, register in the forums, introduce yourself, and we look forward to helping you out some more free videos. There's free one-on-one coaching, free group coaching, all kinds of stuff available to you guys on there. But hopefully this video helped you out, and I hope you enjoy trying out these free software tools which are available on the internet. This is Faster Mule signing out.